This is a video to show the impact of importing profiles and setting up. I've created an OpEx leader profile. I'm going to show you how to install it and then show you the benefits and how it changes Minitab and allows you to see how we're going to do. So the first thing we're going to do is just go down and start Minitab normally. So I'm going to fire up Minitab, and this is how my normal view looks like. I've added a few items over here through the course of doing training that's not standard, but in general that's how it is. So you're going to go up here to Tools, Manage Profiles, and you're going to import. So here I'm going to import one called OpEx Leader, and then I'm going to move this profile to the left, and I'm going to move my OpEx Leader and make it active. And click OK. And so now what you see is it's changed the view. I've added under the standard buttons really three that we use in class. That is the one to get us to the session folder view, the worksheet view, and then the graph view, and then this one shows information about your data sets. I left a few quick buttons up here that we can change and update if we like. But if you come over here and look under File, I got rid of anything that wasn't necessary that we teach. So all the importing, like ODBC, that's all gone. If you look under Edit, I got rid of anything that wasn't typical of what they'll use. Take a look at data. All I kept was sorting, deleting rows, erasing variables, and then coding and changing data. Right? Under Calc, it's just the calculator. And then under Random Data, normal and integer, in the event that you might want to do something there. Under Stat, Basic Stats, these are all topics that we've taught in class previously. Under Regression, I have Fitted Line Plot, and then I went ahead and left the regular regression in, but I got rid of everything else. So you got best subsets and a fitted regression model. Under ANOVA, there's your one way, our test for equal variances, and then some plots that might go along with it. Under control charts, for subgroups, I just use the X bar R chart. That's the only one that we tend to rely on as an OpEx leader. Remember, the audience here is OpEx leader. For individuals charts, IMR, but I tend to use an individuals because as soon as you use an IMR, everyone's like, well, what's that second chart down there? And it just gets complicated. So I typically use an individual. And then under attribute charts, I got rid of the diagnostics, but if you're doing attribute data, you might need any one of those. So I left them all in there. Under quality tools, for capability analysis, one choice, normal. If you have a capability 6-pack, normal. Gauge study, the only one we ever use is crossed when we do use one, so I got rid of everything else. And then here's our attribute agreement analysis. I left the multivariate chart on there so people can play with it if they like. Under tables, just the chi-square, nothing else. Non-parametrics, I left in there the ones that you might need just to see how that works. Sorry about that email coming through. The non-parametrics, just to see if you have non-normal data, these would be the tools that you'd use. Of course, you'd rely on a master at that point, but I left it in there. Power and sample size, just on those items that we expect that they might run, how to figure out how big of a sample size. Graphs, I got rid of some of the ones that I don't think anyone uses and left it pretty streamlined. Tools, no changes there. Might get rid of the notepad and the calculator and Windows Explorer. Those probably don't need to be in there, but under Window, that one's still the same. Help is still the same. And the assistant is the same. The only difference is I got rid of DOE. You know, we're not going to have OpEx leaders doing DOE, so I removed it from the view. So when you get done, this is what it is. And the nice thing is when they save their project and then they send it to a master, well, the master can open it in either the OpEx leader profile or they can open it up under their normal profile. And it's not going to change anything because the underlying information is still the same. So this is using profiles and how we can make Minitab user-friendly for OpEx leaders. And that's a wrap.